Now we're going to shift gears and go from the warm, huggy, feely, this is how we need to be in life to freaking salespeople. Because here's the deal. We are marketers and we do these events in order to get leads so that we can give those leads to the salespeople so that they can go drive business, so that we can do more events, so that we can keep having a job. And yet the sales guys are always like, but marketing's leads suck. So today I am joined by Zach and Chris, who are going to tell me why marketing's leads suck and how we're going to change that. So Chris and Zach with Mobley, our new strategic partner for 2025 in Club Ichi. We're going to do so much crazy, amazing, fun stuff together. Who are you and what would you say you do here?
I'm the frickin' salesperson. Yeah,
and my
that's
leads
me.
suck? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, Chris and I we're best friends of 30 years. We co-founded Mobley together. We are based in Utah, and my background is in sales. It's building and leading sales and other go-to-market functions. And
so how many years did you spend yelling at marketing teams before the two of you got together to do what you're doing?
He's still yelling.
Yeah, oh yeah. We're actually going to beat each other up on the air. Yeah.
Oh, wait, so you're the marketing one then?
That's right.
The two of
my
you.
background. Yeah, I actually, like Zach said, we've known each other 30 years, but I started my career in product and engineering, and then 6 years ago went into strategic alliances and partnerships for a company called Workfront, which a lot of you probably know about, and then brought in Adobe and helped with that acquisition by Adobe. So I actually sold into marketing organizations for about 4 or 5 years and built partnerships and integrations with those. And right now my main role is product, but also marketing. So Zach's the one yelling at me. I'm yelling back at him. So we should hopefully get the gloves off here in a second.
Okay. So give me a little tech bit about what we're doing. What is Mobley? So let's just orient everybody to this.
Sweet. We get a pitch. Sales guy right here. No,
Go sales guy.
Mobley is designed to be the system of record for event marketing. You think about all of the amazing tools and platforms that have been built to enable different aspects of a go-to-market organization. You've got the HubSpots and Marketos of the world for digital. You've got Outreach and Gong and SalesLoft for the sales development and marketing development side of things. Event marketers kind of stuck with spreadsheets and maybe paper clips and thumbtacks. So Mobley is building the platform, the system of record for event marketing to run their events off of them. And that comes with a user-friendly mobile app for your team to be able to capture leads wherever they are, whether it's a big, giant event like HubSpot Inbound or a small little networking dinner, because it's completely agnostic to any event, to any APIs. We don't touch them. You can use Mobley to capture the contact information of anybody you meet in person and get that information into your system of record within a couple of minutes versus the 11 days it takes most companies.
Okay, so give me a little bit more specifics on that. So if I'm at a trade show and I didn't pay to get the whatever terrible scanny thing that they give you, I can use an app that's already on my phone or a rented phone if I'm at one of those companies that doesn't allow you to put stuff on your own phone. And then I can scan badges even if I haven't gotten some sort of official scanny thing.
Yeah, the nice thing is that because we are event agnostic, we actually don't read the QR code on the badge. What we're using is your name and company. So even if there was no badge, right? Like you could just type in somebody's name and company, and then we'll go through and enrich it. And I think the other thing—
You do that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the beauty of it is when you go to these events, right? And part of why I think, sales is saying these leads are so terrible to marketing sometimes is because all we're doing is capturing contact information. What does sales ask? What is this about? Who is this person? Give me the context.
Well, but even stopping at the contact information, so many people register for events with a personal email address, a Gmail or whatever, and then the sales team, it gets kicked out. You can't reach out to them if it's a personal email.
Right.
So
we're not even a personal
right?
email, a burner email.
Right.
Right. Liz's burner account 19 at hotmail.com.
Right.
A lot of those. Yeah, so we circumvent all of that. We don't rely on what somebody registered with because we know it is not reliable. Instead, Mobley is a data provider. We have 21 now different databases that we partner with and tie into, plus a team of actual live human beings most of which have or are pursuing master's degrees in information systems from top universities. And what they are doing is they're training our optical character recognition model, which is a technology to read the image and convert it to text. A lot of badges are really busy, right? You might see the name of the event, and you might see the sponsorship level all in text, and out of the box optical character recognition is going to misinterpret that and say inbound 25 is your employer name. So our analyst team, they're helping train that model while also validating that all of our data partners have current employer and current job title that matches up with that badge. And if not, they will literally manually go out and find the right information for you, all within a matter of a couple of minutes of a handshake, and push it directly into your marketing automation and or CRM.
Okay, so that was the contact info stuff. So now tell me about the actual intent and what salespeople really care about.
Yeah. No, I think it's really important because if you look at digital marketing, right, and that's where a lot of the budget is going into that realm of your business. They're looking at your intent on the web, all of the downloads that you do, how many times you've attempted to log in. You're just finding a ton of intent data. And then, of course, you're buying intent data from across a variety of other sources to try to append to your engagement, right? But when it comes to event data, that's not used. It's not budgeted. It's not managed. It's not even purchased to drive and derive further intent. When what's happening at the event in person, we all know this because we all leave the event saying that was the best event ever with no data. So what we've done is and how we think about it, right, is we want to build that full kind of end-to-end channel within events of all of that data and the entire workflow. So that's why Zach says it's a system of record, because when I talk to you, I'm also capturing, we have fields for tagging to start, just so you can standardize some of those. We have fields that you can enter a voice message. You have fields where you can enter just text in general, a note, right, or a comment. And then we also do engagement directly in the app. So our reps are actually texting, calling, emailing, connecting on LinkedIn, sending content, all from within the app, and that's tracked. So when you leave the event, right, within our Mobley dashboard and within your marketing automation platform, is all of that buyer intent and engagement data ready for the sales reps in minutes. That way they can follow up immediately with the right next best action with all of that intent data, which is really incredible, right? You're going to convert significantly higher. In fact, our customers convert on average over 20% higher when they're using Mobley from that lead to an opportunity than without it.
That's a great statistic. Okay, so I know that some of the trade shows, when you use the badge scanners that are handed to you, take 7 to 10 days before you even get the leads. And then, of course, it goes through all of your cleaning processes internally. So it could be 14 to 21 days before sales can even follow up with them, at which point it's pretty much a cold lead. So you're telling me that it can happen pretty instantaneously?
Correct. Yep. That's the main problem we're trying to solve here, Liz, is that you're not getting the right data to where it needs to be quickly enough. And we don't, as humans, have good attention spans. I don't know if you've heard, do you know what the average attention span of a goldfish is?
Yes, this is 7 or 8 seconds, yes.
Goldfish is 9 seconds and a human is 8.25.
There you go. Be faster, be more attentive.
Thank you to TikTok. Yeah, it's gone down by about 4 seconds over the past 5 years. And if we expect somebody that we had a good conversation with to maintain that level of engagement 2 weeks later, then we're up in the night. Like, there's no way they remember us. If you're going to a big event and you're having 30, 40, 50 good conversations and letting people scan your badge because you're genuinely interested, how do you expect that person to remember all of those conversations? Not to mention they get back to the office and they have 20 other priorities that have piled up.
And so 70 other people who scanned their badges.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. So the way we can, like, a surefire way that we can stand out from the crowd and maintain a much higher engagement level is by following up quickly while the context is still top of mind, not only for them, but for us as well. Yeah. So what we're aiming to build, actually what we have built, like this is a live thing, it's not a pie in the sky vision, is is a platform that allows you to get the right contact information and the context of that conversation where it needs to be so that you can exercise your superpowers and follow up with people quickly and keep that momentum going. What that does is it drives way better engagement between sales and marketing, which is, it's really like a lack of that system is really the root of the problem, why salespeople don't trust marketers and why marketers don't trust salespeople. It's not that they're bad people. It's not that we have different interests anything like that. It's that the system is not set up for success. We're not enabling both teams to be successful together. So we're kind of just grasping at straws, doing the best we can.
Okay, so I got this scenario here. I'm in a trade show booth. It's my product marketers or my SMEs that are there at the booth. They're having conversations. They use the app to take a picture of the badge, which instantaneously did the data appending magic stuff. And then they had a great conversation. So now they voice note, this guy was really interested in this, blah, 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 blah. Call him as soon as you can. They've got budget. They're ready. That voice note goes in. What happens? Where does that voice note go?
Let me tell you what we do. So this is all very adaptable to whatever you want your team's like process and system to do. As a company, we use HubSpot for our marketing automation. We use Salesforce for our CRM, and we use Gong Engage for our engagement platform. When we go to a new event, we will create that event in Mobily, assign our users, and at the event, they will open up the app and that event will be tagged for them. They capture leads, they make their notes, and all of those fields push to start HubSpot for us. It can go straight to Salesforce if we want, but based on those tags, our most important tag that we have is a heat score tag. We care how hot this lead is, hot, medium, cold. If it is a cold lead and we don't want to necessarily spend time from a sales perspective making phone calls and writing custom emails, we mark it as cold, and they will get a marketing drip campaign that is still customized to that event and that persona, but it's not requiring any manual work on the hand of the rep. If we tag that as medium or hot, they'll still get a thank you email to kind of provide air cover from HubSpot, but then it will immediately be pushed to a Gong Engage flow with all of those notes and context front and center, and the rep will have a task to make their first follow-up phone call or text message or LinkedIn connection, however we've built that specific flow. And that's what like our best adopters do, is they customize everything based on those tags, because it's not just the contact information that Mobily is capturing that we can integrate, it's also the contextual tags and the description fields, which you really can automate all of your assignment rules and routing based off of.
Well, and one of the things too that I would add real quickly is that, and a lot of our enterprise customers are doing this, right? You likely all know that are watching, there are some complexities with campaign management within Salesforce and within HubSpot and some of these other tools, right? Part of managing your campaign so that the end user, your prospect, gets the right message at the right time with the right everything around that message. We have integrated and built direct connections to your campaigns. So that way, because at an event, you're not just meeting prospects that could potentially buy, you're meeting customers, you're meeting partners, you're meeting like so many other different personas that need to go into unique campaigns. So rather than doing a bulk scan everybody, it all comes in a spreadsheet, it's scan the person, identify where they go, and push them to the correct campaign so that first message. That's right.
That come to some of these shows, or like you said, the partners, or maybe you've got a VAR that's in there that you're going to scan them because they took a thing and they've given you the rule of if they take a thing, you scan them, but you don't want them in the sales queue. That's great.
Not from a sales perspective.
For sure.
Right. But you sure want to send them all the stuff.
That's right.
This is where we have taken time for us to come to an understanding together of the various perspectives. I'm going to share a really specific story that happened to me probably 5-6 years ago. The company I was working at was an aerial imagery company. Okay, so they compete against Google Earth. They capture images from the sky of metropolitan areas, and it's geographically accurate so that you can measure and do your environmental planning and construction and architecture off of that. And because of literally the technical requirements of that product, it is only available in Australia, the US, and at the time was starting to seep into Canada. We're at this massive event, industry like annual user conference, and I got stuck talking to 3 gentlemen that worked for the city of Accra, Ghana. The company did not capture imagery on that continent, let alone within that country. And after I was done with that conversation, I'm like, okay, so there's no way this is going to be a lead for my sales team. And we had some very clear KPIs on what our lead to op conversion rates needed to be. So I was nice. We had a great conversation, and we came to a mutual decision that hey, it's not good to pursue a further conversation right now. And as they were walking away, the event marketer comes up and scans all 3 of the badges. And like this salesperson in me is like, what is going on? I'm going to look bad. This is 3 additional leads that aren't really leads. But then Chris comes to me and he's like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, there are things that you're not thinking about as a salesperson. And this is probably the frustration that a lot of marketers have. And like the salesperson is so siloed and focused on themselves and their team and the direct implication.
Has no offense, but you're coin operated. You're like, that ain't going to bring me money. I don't care about you. But the marketer's like,
but it's also a problem that comes from the top, right? If I'm being told that my success is measured off of conversion rates, of course I'm going to care about that.
Of course.
I'm not aligned as a company, so I am conditioned to care about that. And then Chris comes in and he says,
yeah, I mean, there's so many other things that you could use that for, but we talked a lot about nurturing, right? I mean, just everybody that goes to that conference is important. Everybody in to some capacity. And we want to know how you can convert them and move them down the funnel. And that's what Mobley does really well. I think what you think some of the main challenges with this whole problem that we're trying to solve is that the industry itself is you're kind of beholden as an event marketer to the events tech stack. And you can't let the events tech stack dictate how you run your business. And so that's why we're focused on, hey, let's first standardize what today is generally non-standardized and have a single lead capture solution, have a single integration point, have some very specific aligned metrics on how we're solving that problem for both marketing leads and sales opportunities. That's what's
I mean, I think the reason that I was drawn to Mobley is after having run a global portfolio of events and knowing the depth and breadth of the different types of events we go to. Some of them you'd get the badge scanner and they have the barcodes or QR codes, and some of them don't. Some of the industry associations you go to, there is no capture device and they just give you an attendee list. And some of them don't give you anything at all. It's just badges and you have to create your own way of capturing information at your booth. And some of them, I was talking to a friend on Wednesday who works with a company that works with government. They're still using business cards and they're handing them out and they're doing the fishbowl. And what the heck do you do with that?
Like that's still the normal thing to do, is to exchange business cards. And you think about even the events lists that do provide lead retrieval, a lot of them charge a lot of money for it. It's like it's full on racketeering. I apologize if there's anybody that runs those events listening to this live stream and uses that as a profit center, but it is like I just paid $100,000 to sponsor this event, not to mention all of the travel for my team, not to mention all of the booth properties and the swag. And then the event comes back and says, oh yeah, by the way, it's $700 per scanner. How many do you want?
Right.
Like, oh, I'm already $100,000+ into it. I guess I got to pay another $5,000.
Right.
But then
it just feels like a money grab. 30, 40, you haven't run across any shows saying that you can't do third-party scanning, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't run across it. I mean, there are a couple events where they're saying, you still have to buy the list from us. So they still kind of force them to do that. But our customers end up just using Mobley anyway to have the conversation, because you want that context. Yes, it's great to get the list with some information, but it's the context that matters. I want the list with the, all the point system and the scoring system.
And you want it into your CRM as quickly as humanly possible, which you can't.
I feel like I heard you say earlier, though, you don't do integrations. What did I hear you say?
We don't. So Well, like with the event data, with CRMs you do, if you get the attendee
Got
list,
it.
you can always just upload the CSV to Mobley. That's fine. But we don't read the QR code. Those are gated things that typically cost an arm and a leg for our customers. And going back to your point, Liz, about data quality, people register with incomplete and inaccurate data all the time.
Right.
So where we are really uniquely positioned is a lot of the reason why these companies don't want you using third-party lead retrieval is because you're accessing proprietary data, right? You're accessing that registration list and API. With Mobley, you're not. It's just like connecting on LinkedIn. You're just accessing their name and their company, which is public information. And then we just happen to be the best damn data company in the world due to the depth of our processes. So so there's nothing like proprietary that we're infringing on or anything like that. And it works out really well for event hosts because what they care about more than nickeling and diming their exhibitors is making sure that the exhibitors have a great event experience and get the ROI that they were looking for so that they come back and sponsor again and get a bigger booth.
Isn't that the goal? We want more attendees, we want more
make more
exhibitors, we
money.
want business to happen because events mean business, and that's why we're freaking there. That's why we pay
Right.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to be there. Why would you
So
restrict people?
99% of our conversations are like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you used two words that I just want to clarify on. You said an app, and then you said a platform. So talk to me about kind of back end. What really is this thing?
So I'll talk quickly on the product. It's the platform side of it on the web is your ability as an event and field marketer to manage all of your events. If you're saying, hey, this quarter, we're going to go to 50 events, right? And some of our customers are doing 100 events a month. And so you can put everything in there, do all of your planning, do your management, add your budgets, add your content, track all of those details in the back end. Within that too, you can see all the leads coming in and where they're going within your tech stack, whether that's a Marketo, HubSpot, Salesforce, et cetera, right? Once you've set that up and you've pushed your event live, which includes the sales reps or whoever's going to be on the trade show floor, right? Those folks that are on the trade show floor will be able to open the Mobley app. They have access to that event and can start scanning badges and engaging with those prospects and adding their notes, context, et cetera, right? When all that is happening in real time, the leads are going back into the system. You can see, exactly what leads are coming in. The reps have a little bit of gamification to see like, hey, who's scanning the most, right? Or just some of those kinds of things to help you be a little bit more efficient. And then again, back on the back end, you start to see, hey, here's my dashboard. How effective have we been at this event? Is there a little bit more that we could do? Are there reps that are better than others? Because that helps you then on the next event or the next quarter's events. Which reps do I want to send to the event? Some may not be good at events. Or which events do I want to attend? Because some events are better than others, right? All that data is now encapsulated into your back-end platform.
Incredible. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for being one of our partners for next year. We're going to come up with some really fun stuff to do together. I can think of a whole lot of ways that we can get this in the hands of a whole lot of people, because I think it's going to really change the way people are thinking about this capture and the data in particular. And I think we're going to make the sales team love the marketing team by the end of the year.
They if they don't already, they should. We're going to help with
Big
that.
hugs. I want to see you guys. Come on, hug now.
That's we're thrilled to be partners. We love working with everybody here. So thank you for allowing us to participate. And we look forward to a great 2025.
Thank you.